Hi, thanks for tuning in to my game development journey. The goal is quite simple. I intend to create an Android game, start to finish, and publish it on the Android App Store. I've already gone ahead and created a quick blueprint of the application. Here you can see all of the different screens and menus. The game itself will be incredibly basic. The purpose will be to destroy meteorites as they pass by the screen, upgrade buildings, and build new buildings. A bit of a disclaimer to start off, I don't know how to effectively use Inkscape, Godot, or Gimp. I'm starting the project off just creating some basic temporary art. For now, I'm simply hard coding the dimensions of my cell phone. Eventually, the project will be scalable to match all cell phones. So I'm just quickly creating a background consisting of Earth with the moon orbiting it in the distance. Just something simple to fit the space theme / orbital defense type of idea. Now, obviously, I got a little bit carried away with the artwork. Now I'm just quickly mocking up an icon for the project. Again, going with the space theme, and I decided to call it Space Force, initially Space Force 1. However, I came to realize that didn't really make much sense. So I switched it to Space Force: 1. Now I'm quickly just grabbing flags off of Wikipedia, SVGs, and exporting them to PNGs. Those will be probably replaced later. I didn't realize that the screen recorder started crapping out while creating the backgrounds for the buttons, and you can see the Linux Mint flashing. Finally ready to set up the Godot project. I obviously don't really know what I'm doing here. And I'm going to start with the main menu. I think that would be easiest. Like I said, I'm just hard coding in the dimensions right now, but ideally everything will be scalable to match any device. Any big brain boy would have probably looked up the settings needed for their project, but I prefer to just run trial and error. So I'm not entirely familiar with Godot or its menus, so you'll probably see me change things back and forth quite a bit here. I'm essentially just trying to get the structure down for what I had come up with in the plan. I'm also trying to future-proof it as much as possible, because I do anticipate being able to run this program on any device size. So this is where I discovered theming, and I actually made several mistakes, such as applying the theme to children items instead of the parent items of each scene. It's better to attach the theme to the root node, that way you don't need to attach it to every single node. Again, here it would have been better for me to apply a default font to the theme package instead of applying fonts to each sub item, and then only changing the fonts on the items that need a different font size. So here I was basically trying to figure out how to structure the menu, and I discovered the center container. Initially I was using the separators to try and center the menu into the middle. And again, I put the title as Space Force 1, but that will be changed later on to Space Force :1, because obviously there's nothing to do with airplanes in this. At this point I was trying to figure out how to add padding to the button text so that the button itself wasn't so tight on the text. But obviously that didn't go anywhere. And again, I'm trying to figure out how to put spacing in between the title and the button menu system. So the margin wasn't working out exactly as I thought it would. And now all of my buttons are overlapped. I didn't like the font size on the buttons, so I created a couple more fonts. Here I was trying to figure out how to adjust the separation value on the H separator. There's actually 8 constants that you can change without going through the theme. Also, I didn't realize while recording the window itself, it wouldn't show the overlay. So you'll often see me testing out the game, but you won't actually be able to see it. And this is where I learned how to use textures. Now, you can actually just drag the PNG image right into the slot instead of creating a new texture. Now I'm just trying to make sure that the buttons pop more, given the similar colors. And finally, I add the company name at the bottom. There's actually a flag for centering the text. If you made it this far, many thanks. The next episode should cover the creation of the new game menu, as well as a little bit of scripting.